Okay, we are on our last principle number 5. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, make sure to go back and check out the other videos. We are going over 5 principles of advertising that you need to understand before you start running an ad campaign so that it doesn't suck and you blame me for it, or the agency, or the platform, or whatever it is. So make sure you understand these 5 principles and take it to heart before you start spending money on advertising. So now we're on not method, principle number 5. If you recall, the first principle was, what is advertising? Making sure that you understand that it is an investment, not an expense. Number 2 was being objective about your campaigns, being very, very specific about what you want to accomplish. Number 3 is figuring out who your ideal customer is, who you want to work with, who would be cool for you to work with. Number 4 is figuring out your sales process. How do you sell stuff to your customers? And now we are on principle number 5, which is your winning method. Okay. Now, before we start, I have to say that within my own agency, my consulting firm, I exclusively work with businesses that have some traction. Okay. It is very, very difficult to multiply zero into anything. So all of our online ads are aimed to get my ideal clients that are already generating revenue. Now, we don't usually work with startups or people that don't have a proven concept. And that's not an uppity thing. That's not an attitude, oh, I can't work with a startup. No, I'm telling you, I'm not good at it. I'm only good and best when I work with businesses that have a lot of momentum. So, and that's nothing against startups. I love startups. I was once one too, so I understand. But once you have a proven concept, then we can start brainstorming and working together. But if you've done something in the past and it's generated a sale, then that's a good sign. Okay. When advertising online, you can pretty much replicate any online or offline sales process. This is why I said that finding out what your sales process is vital, so you can replicate it basically online. For example, I might find out that one of my clients has had an ad in the newspaper, or maybe they were featured on TV, or maybe they sent out a postcard or direct mailer once. All of that stuff, any one of those methods could have generated a bunch of new business for them. Now, once we understand what worked for them in the past, we proceed to replicate it online and make it better. We optimize it. So, for example, if you have a good commercial that you've run for a while, you can run it again as an engagement campaign on Facebook, where you would target your ideal demographic. Or you can also do this on YouTube, where you would actually target zip codes of your potential customers. So you might need to do a little digging to understand what's worked before. So you have to go back to your books and your sales and your QuickBooks or whatever program you're using. Go back through the history of it, and see where the spikes are, see where the anomalies were. What month was it? What week was it? Where you saw a substantial increase in revenue, or maybe you had generated a windfall of new customers. Think about, what were you doing back then, and can you do it again? And then the third thing is, could you make that, what you did back then, better if you put some digital advertising behind it? Okay. And those are the things that you need to think about when you are coming up with your winning method. You take your winning method and you replicate it online and you make it better, because there's much, much more information that's available, much, much more targeting of your ideal customer. So you're not just blasting away postcards and direct mailers to everyone in the neighborhood that usually wind up in the trash anyway. That's not to say that direct mailers don't work. It's just there's better ways to do it now. Okay, so that concludes our little mini series of the 5 principles of advertising, so that you can understand these 5 principles, implement them in your own mind. And that way, when you start to run advertising for your campaign, you'll better understand how this whole game of advertising works. And you are not starting from scratch. You are using past data to create winning campaigns from the get-go. Okay? So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all got some value out of this. If you found it helpful, please make sure to share it with someone who you think might benefit from it. We love the engagement. Make sure that you comment, like, subscribe to me on all the social media platforms. It's Voltaire Palestine. I'm easy to find. I don't really think anyone else has my name. So, and as always, if you need help running your ad campaigns, if you need help figuring out what is the next most profitable step I can take in my business, or what should I do now because of what's going on? What is the one simple thing that I can do now to move that needle forward, or keep my doors open, or just help me generate some kind of revenue? I really invite you to go to vfpconsult.com, vfpconsult.com. Schedule a time to talk with us. We'll walk through your sales process, your methods, all of that stuff, your ad campaigns. We'll figure out what's working and what's not, and then we'll help you figure out what the next logical step for you to take is, whether you need to pivot, keep doing what you're doing, double down. We'll go over all of that, and it's completely free consultation. So no high sales pressure or anything like that. vfpconsult.com. Make sure to check it out. Thank you all again for watching this series, and I will see you in the next one.